Hello YouTube, this is withoutruleoflaw.com coming at you today with a gear review. In this case, the Wenger Newranger 61 folding knife right here in the box. This is a genuine Swiss-made knife, just like Victorinox. For those who don't know it, both Wenger and Victorinox have been making the original Swiss Army knife since 1908, when the Swiss government actually came up with a so-called split contract in which they tried to unite both companies, which were sort of competitors until then. This is the boxed version of the knife. They actually sell it in cheap ass plastic blisters as well. I think that's tacky looking, but then again, this is a low-end knife. I'm showing you here the number, Newranger 61, made by Wenger, and as it says right there, made in Switzerland, stainless steel. Let's open up the box and see what we have here. As I said, it comes in a boxed version and a blister pack as well. Here's the obligatory genuine Swiss Army knife folder, or leaflet I should say. I'll just put it back in there. Okay, so what do we have here? We have a medium-sized one-handed opening, what I would call camping knife. And I'll talk about that later, why I classify it as that. It has a 4-inch blade, which is not legal in some countries like the UK. It is of unknown steel composition, and I think it's rather thin, but I'll show you that in a second. It has no clip on it, but rather a keyring. It's pretty easy to open. Let me show you that. That's because of the well, you all recognize this from other knives. I'm not going to name names, but there are competitors that use the same kind of opening concept. It has what is called a ring safety lock, which is basically a liner lock right here. And it took me a second to find out how to close this knife, because you can't push it there. And to close it, actually you press this little logo right here and it'll fold back quite easily, just like that. As you can see, it's easy to open. Big drawback, this is a right-handed knife, because if you try to open it from your left hand, you'll find that the screwdriver, which is right here, let me get into that right now, is in your way. Without it you would be able to open it, but since this thing is in your way, you wouldn't be able to open it left-handed, neither would you be able to close it left-handed, because you would have to attenuate this little button right here with your index finger. Anyhow, this is the screwdriver, regular size, and it also doubles as a Caplifter. And according to the specs, this here, I don't know what the use for it would be, but it's a wire stripper. It also comes with the obligatory corkscrew opener. I really don't know many people that take out a bottle of wine with them when they go camping, but for what it's worth. There is a can opener on this side, and that thing is sharp as a knife. I'm not kidding you. Might be hard to see here, but this thing will definitely go through any kind of can that you would need to open. I'm sure of it. Last but not least, it's got a Reamer slash awl on it. Let me, oh, it's on this side, sorry guys. With a sewing eye. You can use this to punch open stuff, so that might be useful to you. So what do I have to say about these knives? about this knife. It's cheap. I'm talking, what is it, June 2010. Actually today is July 4th of July. But I bought this in June in Holland and it was 35 euros, which is about, I would say, $40. So what are the pros to this? It's a cheap knife, it's a decent size. As a comparison, I've got my Boker Plus right here, Boker Plus Armed Forces 10-01 knife. I think you can see already what the big difference in knife length is. The ergonomics are so-so. As I said, if you're right-handed you won't have a problem with it. I would rather have a clip on my knife than this little keyring like my Boker Plus has. So I don't see it as an EDC knife as such, because I would carry it rather in a backpack than have it on me. The grips are cheap, those are the cons basically, and the fact that it's kind of a unknown mystery metal and it's rather thin. I don't know if you can see it, but you know, there's not a big spine on the knife. If you compare it again with the Boker Plus, I don't know if it comes out real good, but you can see that the Boker Plus is definitely tougher and bigger, wider material. So all in all, it's a cheap knife, but it is a genuine Swiss-made knife, just like the Victorinox, and I think that the tools that are on it give it enough capabilities to be a useful camping knife. If you go camping, then you'll probably like this knife. I like the size. I think 4 inches is okay. It has a positive and easy opening. And you know, it is what it is. It's not a high-class knife. You can't expect that for the money. But I must say that I think that Wenger should do a better job on disclosing what kind of metal they use. It says Swiss-made knife, and the blade, I bet you can't see it, but it says here Switzerland stainless steel right here, but they should disclose what kind of metal it is. Anyhow, it is what it is. I might make a different video sometime on the Boker Plus Armed Forces 10-0 knife right here, which is my favorite EDC knife. But you know, when I get the time. As of today, 4th of July 2010, actually Holland, if you are into soccer, made it into the semi-finals of the World Championship of Soccer. So I'm kind of occupied with that. I knew I had to put out this video, which I did. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you thought it was useful. Once again, this is the Wenger Newranger 61 folding knife, and I think for the money it's a good camping knife. It's not so good for EDC, but you know, it is what it is for 35 euros or circa $40. So signing off without ruleoflaw.com. Here's another review. I hope to see you guys soon. Godspeed and be safe.